You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it? The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good. Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look. How much time he gains who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does or thinks, but only at what he does himself, to make it just and holy. Here is a rule to remember in future. When anything tempts you to feel bitter, not this is misfortune, but to bear this worthily is good fortune. Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now, take what's left and live it properly. What doesn't transmit light creates its own darkness. You are a little soul carrying about a corpse, as Epictetus used to say. What we do now echoes in eternity. Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. Perfection of character is this: to live each day as if it were your last, without frenzy, without apathy, without pretense. Look back over the past, with its changing empires that rose and fell, and you can foresee the future too. For it is in your power to retire into yourself whenever you choose. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Never esteem anything as of advantage to you that will make you break your word or lose your self-respect. A man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions. Your days are numbered. Use them to throw open the windows of your soul to the sun. If you do not, the sun will soon set, and you with it. Don't go on discussing what a good person should be. Just be one. Receive without conceit, release without struggle. How ridiculous and how strange to be surprised at anything which happens in life. Life is neither good or evil, but only a place for good and evil. A person's worth is measured by the worth of what he values. If any man despises me, that is his problem. My only concern is not doing or saying anything deserving of contempt. Whatever anyone does or says, I must be emerald and keep my color. The things you think about determine the quality of your mind. Humans have come into being for the sake of each other, so either teach them or learn to bear them. Though you break your heart, men will go on as before. Do what you will. Even if you tear yourself apart, most people will continue doing the same things. It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Do not act as if you had 10,000 years to throw away. Death stands at your elbow. Be good for something while you live, and it is in your power. Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs. Regain your senses, call yourself back, and once again wake up. Now that you realize that only dreams were troubling you, view this reality as you view your dreams. Whoever does wrong, wrongs himself. Whoever does injustice, does it to himself, making himself evil. Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. The memory of everything is very soon overwhelmed in time. Death smiles at us all. All we can do is smile back. Because a thing seems difficult for you, do not think it impossible for anyone to accomplish. Be like the cliff against which the waves continually break, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing, insofar as it stands ready against the accidental and the unforeseen, and is not apt to fall. Dig within. Within is the wellspring of good, and it is always ready to bubble up if you just dig. A man must stand erect, not be kept erect by others. Take full account of what excellencies you possess, and in gratitude remember how you would hanker after them if you had them not. Every living organism is fulfilled when it follows the right path for its own nature. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. That which is real or beautiful has no need of anything, not more than law, not more than truth, not more than benevolence or modesty. What we cannot bear removes us from life. What remains can be borne. All men are made one for another, either then teach them better or bear with them. The blazing fire makes flames and brightness out of everything thrown into it. How ridiculous and unrealistic is the man who is astonished at anything that happens in life. Live out your life in truth and justice, tolerant of those who are neither true nor just. Adapt yourself to the life you have been given, and truly love the people with whom destiny has surrounded you. Everything a horse, a vine is created for some duty. For what task, then, were you yourself created? A wrongdoer is often a man who has left something undone, not always one who has done something. Neither worse than nor better is a thing made by being praised. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Therefore, guard accordingly. Everything that happens, happens as it should, and if you observe carefully, you will find this to be so. Today I escaped anxiety. Or no, I discarded it, because it was within me, in my own perceptions, not outside. Look beneath the surface. Let not the several quality of a thing nor its worth escape thee. No one loses any other life than the one he now lives, nor does one live any other life than that which he will lose. It's the truth I'm after, and the truth never harmed anyone. What harms us is to persist in self-deceit and ignorance.